Zankyou No Terror, episode 7, man. I just got finished watching it just now, man, if you can see that. You know what I'm saying? I just got finished watching this shit, though, man. But, oh, man, this series, I swear to God, man, it is possibly the best right now, man. I mean, this episode was so intense that I was literally on the edge of my seat, like, what the fuck's gonna happen? What the fuck's gonna happen? What the fuck's gonna happen? It was just perfect. This episode was perfect. 5 is the best villain. I mean, oh my God. She is like, I hate to even make this comparison, so please don't thumb down this video because I make this comparison. But she is the L to their light. You know what I mean? Like, because the point of view of this series is that these guys are terrorists, which are traditionally viewed as antagonists. And she works for the FBI, which traditionally is viewed as a protagonist. But she is the most evil woman that you can even think. I mean, she is down, her tactics are downright guerrilla warfare type of shit. I mean, it is just, it's sophisticated, but it is so undermined, it's so underhanded, and she doesn't care about, you know, casualties, man. Like, she just wants results for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So it was just amazing to see, man. But this episode starts off, and of course they're in the hospital, and he's playing the game of chess. My question is, are they doing this in their head? You know what I'm saying? 5 and 9 were having a chess match, but I'm trying to figure out, like, when he would close his eyes and there would be like a digital chessboard there, and he would run to different, you know, screens to find which move she was gonna make. So I'm like, in his head it was like a digital chessboard. So were they playing, or was it just a metaphor for how the chess pieces moved? Because it seemed like he wasn't making any moves. He was just following the moves that she was doing. So I was just kind of like, is it a real game going on, or is it just a metaphor? But regardless of that, it was still awesome, man. He's running around trying to find out, you know, like, where this shit is, man. He's very confused. Shibasaki and the rest of the detectives are there, and they want to get results too. It's just like, hey, you know, they come to the conclusion, like, this message that was sent was not from the real Sphinx. It wasn't. We have to start investigating people in the police. We have to. You know, this shit didn't come from the real Sphinx. Like, Shibasaki knew that shit. He just knew that it wasn't from the real Sphinx. And 12 and 9 split up, and 12 is, you know, staying out of sight from the cameras. I don't know how he's able to do that, you know what I'm saying, because his perception of where the camera were was like spot on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's running and he's ducking and hiding and going behind stuff to make sure he's out of sight from the camera, so they can't even find this motherfucker. And he switches clothes and he dresses up like a police officer and all that type of shit. And he calls Lisa. They're like, should we debut Sphinx number 3? And it was funny because 9 was like, yeah, we must. You know, so I just kind of like, damn, man, like, he's still apprehensive to her being there, man. But it was cool to finally see Lisa involved in their plot. And what her job was, she was going to create some commotion, you know what I'm saying, just in a bathroom, kind of a ways away. So she lit up some flares, and smoke erupted from this area in this bathroom, and she, you know, left out, and attention was diverted to this specific spot for a brief moment. And while that was happening, 12 switched out some Ethernet cables and set up a recording. And the recording was of 9, when he was running through the airport trying to find stuff. So it was a slight time lapse. I think it was a time lapse of 4 or 5 minutes, I think. I think it was 5 minutes. It was like the shit that they were watching was 5 minutes behind the shit that was actually happening. That was brilliant. That was fucking brilliant, you know. And Lisa kind of made it obvious that she was a part of this shit, though, man, because she was just running through the airport, just like fumbling around and being nervous. But it's to be expected because this is the first time she had ever done anything like this. So again, it was to be expected. You know, I wasn't like, oh man, this bitch stupid. I was just like, yeah, this is the first time she ever done anything like this. She should be nervous, you know. I mean, I personally wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying? If that was me in that situation, all I'm doing is lighting up flares in the bathroom. I would have lit them hoes off and just walked out of the bathroom like shit didn't happen. You know, I wouldn't have gave a fuck. So, but man, after that though, because of the lag or whatever, 5 realizes, oh shit, this is a lag. Like, the clock is different, you know what I'm saying, from the actual time. Holy shit. So she grabs a gun and she runs out, and as she runs out, 9 is right there. Gun just waiting for her. He was like, don't move. I was like, I laughed, like, out of excitement. Like, I wish I would have recorded that, because I was just like, oh shit. Like, I was so hyped. I was so pumped up for this shit though, man. So that happened, and she's still talking. He just like, why are you trying to stop us? And then she was like, I want to settle things between the two of us. So what I said last week was right. Her obsession is towards 9. I never really saw her address 12. She either addresses 9 or them together, but that's still, 9. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still a part of the duo. So I'm just like, her main obsession and focus is with 9. I don't know what happened between those two, but her obsession is with him. But the thing that I'm confused about the most is, she might not know his name. Okay? She might not know what 9's real name is. That's a possibility. More than likely, she probably does, because I think they were all given names in this facility. She might not know what 12's name is. Again, possibility, because, again, I think they were given names in this facility. But she obviously knows who they are. And she is not relaying this information to any other police officers who are there. So, isn't that withholding information? That's almost like obstruction of justice, because she is delaying the arrest process for these guys. Not that I want to see them get arrested, but she's delaying that shit. So I'm like, bitch, couldn't you just tell these motherfuckers who these guys are, come up with a profile, lure them out, and then catch them? But that's not what she wants, obviously. And the highlight of this episode was that this shit really displayed her insanity and 9's brilliance. She put the bomb. She had Lisa kidnapped by her guy Clarence, the blonde guy who was with her when she first showed up. And Clarence put her on this plane, and the plane was what housed the real bomb. 106 was the mark, the terminal 106, but the plane had the bomb on it, and it was going to drive into the terminal. And Lisa is on the plane with this bomb. And when 9 and 12 realize that shit, at first now it's kind of like, we can create some commotion and get out of here. And 12's face changed for the first time in this series. He usually either smiles or just has a whatever look on his face. This time he frowned and scowled something serious. So much so that 9 was just like, damn, 12. So they have to go and save Lisa, and this is when 9's plan just blew my mind. He called Shibasaki, Detective Shibasaki. He just like, listen, it's Sphinx number 1. That shit, he was just like, don't worry about how I got this number. This bombing, it has nothing to do with us. And I'm pretty sure you know that. I'm pretty sure you know who it would be who wants to frame us, right? And he's just like, we have a mutual interest. We want to stop this bomb. There's only one way to do it. The woman who is doing this shit is in the watchtower. We can't get in there because it's surrounded by guards. It's in the watchtower. You're going to have to do it. We have mutual interest. It's the duty of the police to protect the citizens. Shibasaki laughs, but he goes anyway. And he recognized 9 because they ran past each other in the hallway when 9 first discovered where 5 was. They ran right past one another. I was like, holy shit. And Shibasaki and the rest of the detectives go up to where 5 is, and Shibasaki powers his way through those guards because they weren't letting anyone through. He powers his way through. He gets up there. He pulls his gun on the guy. He just like, hey, you're going to do what I say, like, from now on. And 5 looks just like, what the fuck? Like, she looks like, I can't believe these motherfuckers bested me. Like, she looked angry, and she said, I'm going to make you pay for this. You know what I'm saying? The look on her face, it frightened me, man. I was just like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Because she looked dead serious. She looked dead scary. She was not fucking around. You know what I'm saying? She was not joking. Okay? they reroute the plane, and well, before that, they save Lisa. Lisa attaches herself to some like cloths and stuff that had been in there. It looked like sheets or something like that. And she ties them around her waist and ties them to a part of the plane. And she goes through the emergency exit and she jumps out and they save her. You know what I'm saying? 9 and 12 save Lisa. And the plane has been rerouted and it's driving away and it blows the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So that was a real bomb in a real populated place and it blows the fuck up. So if that shit had went towards everybody, a lot of people would have died. And 5 was the one who set that up. So the plane blows up and Shibasaki looks out the window and 9 is there and he has on his Sphinx mask and he does just like this. And he drives away and I was like, so fucking cool, man. It was so fucking cool, son. Like, that shit was badass. And then after that, though, man, I just got, my heart sank because we see an ID, Lisa's ID. 5 is holding it. And she just like, I won't let you get away. And she like puts the ID up to her mouth like she's kissing it. And then the episode ends. So this bitch is going to make these guys suffer, it seems like. And I don't know why. It's obvious that she likes to exploit the weakness of 9 and 12. Because she said to 9, it's a third person with you all. You know, but that just means you have more weaknesses. I'm shocked to see that you guys made friends out here. But that means that you have more weaknesses. And I was just like, no. Like, oh shit. But that's just how her character is, it seems like. It seems like she has this obsession with these guys. And to me, it seems like it's more so 9 than 12. But she is the perfect villain for these guys, man. And this episode and this series itself is a masterpiece. I think it's only 11 episodes, and this is episode 7, so we got 4 more. But man, it is a fucking masterpiece, man. I am giving this shit 2 thumbs up. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 already. Let me know what you guys thought about this, though, man. I can't say nothing else but positive things about this series, man. Total praise for me. Let me know what you guys thought about it, though, man. Let me know if you enjoy the series, man. Vash Stampede, gone.